one product in the CRM cloud, right? So it has a gamut of clouds, sales cloud, service cloud, right? And a number of clouds are there.
Sure.
Probably most of the industries which are enterprises are now have to go for this sales cloud. Okay, so let me share my screen first, so then we can see. Okay, you're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can.
Okay, so now basically I think I will quickly go through because being a demo session is 2:45, 3:15. Let me try to close it. Okay, so CRM is the basic fundamental thing where we call it customer relationship,
Customer relation.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, you have a number of products under CRM, and the most powerful product is Salesforce, and it's globally implemented across all companies, both in product companies as well as service companies.
Okay.
Okay, so in terms of demand, we don't need to don't need to spend much time. It's extremely in high demand. Okay. Now, in terms of your profile, uh, in terms of mostly because you are looking for job, and I think for MMRD you have to project yourself probably like a 6 months or 1 year experience kind of a profile.
Sure, sure, sure.
That is how you can get it because a fresher, I don't think how you can project your profile, and probably you have to project in such a way that you have 1 year experience in some company. So now what we can give it up is we will be, this is the flow. There are around 30 certifications are there. Okay,
Okay.
in Salesforce, which means Salesforce, you have to write a certification, and Salesforce will give a certification. Okay, that is one thing. And CTMS, we also will give one certification after you complete our course plus project. Okay. Now, these certifications are 30, but minimum to get a job, you need to have this admin, and then you have PD1, which is called platform developer. And then these two things are actually pretty much enough for a person to get a job, entry level.
Okay.
Okay. But to next level, let's say if a person is like 10 years experience, right, and he wants to get into a functional role, and he has a because the entry level person cannot claim that he's already played a lot of experience, and he cannot be fitting into a functional role. So entry level person can penetrate into a developer role only. Okay, so and then functional role person, minimum it has to be like minimum like 5 to 6 years of experience. So probably he can also add sales cloud certification, which is actually functional. Okay, what do you mean by sales cloud? Anything which is related to sales process, it's called sales. Then you have service cloud. Okay, and then service cloud meaning, for instance, you are doing any, for instance, you are taking a call, right, to Airtel. Let's say you are calling up Airtel for extending your broadband, or your broadband is not working, or any product level service, we can do it as a service cloud. Okay, then you have marketing cloud, and then you have there are health, public, like that. You have n number of clouds. Okay, commerce cloud, where you can build an e-commerce website like Amazon using Commerce Cloud, and then you can call it as CPQ, and then you call it as field service. Let's say you take a Uber, okay, Uber or Ola. There are a number of people in the field, so you want to track how things are happening. So field service can be it. So you name any product, okay, in the world, any of these functional products which is given by Salesforce has to be purchased by the companies, and they can develop for their requirement. Okay. Now this is the whole why Salesforce is popular, because as the company grow bigger, let's say a company is now only you take the example of Red Dress, right? It started with just say like 10 employees. 10 employees, 10 buses. That's it. So they might have used only Sales Cloud. After that, 10, 100, let's 100. So they might have got a lot of service related queries. Then they would have purchased Service Cloud also. Then they might need to do all marketing related stuff. So marketing. So hence Commerce Cloud. So they will keep on adding clouds when the company grows. Okay. A startup company can have 2 clouds. A bigger company can have 6 to 8 clouds, depending on the company's requirement. So it is Salesforce. Okay, it is highly scalable. Okay, it is scalable and it can be fit into any kind of industry. What you name an industry, they have a product. It is scalable and it is like you call it a SaaS. Can you guys tell me what is SaaS? SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, any idea? So basically, you call it as software as a service, platform as a service. Have you guys heard about it?
No, sir.
So basically, what they call it as this software, right? You purchase it in one single block, right? When I say one single block, previously we call it as client server model. Like in hotel, you go, the client you ask for a dosa, and the server will give you whatever you are asking. So you are a client, and the server is the person who is serving you, right? So basically, they call it as client server model, which is traditional model where they will install all the servers in one company in US. Let's say in US, okay, all of them, all the companies, all the users in India, Bangladesh, or Pakistan, or UK, everybody will connect and they will use an application. Whoever is working on the application, all the data will be stored in this server, US server. So one area you will have all the server, and you have to maintain that US that server wherever it is there. In client server model, where you in Salesforce, which is called as cloud, right? Basically, we all cloud. There will be no database for you to maintain. Salesforce will take care of it. Okay. So this is the biggest difference. So you will have something called you will have to worry only. You will be given something called platform. Okay, to play with. So that is why they call it as not developer certification. They call it as platform developer certification. Okay, the PD1 which I am talking about, it's called platform developer certification because you already have a platform to which is already built. You need to go and fine tune that product. You have to configure it for the company's requirement. Okay, so there is a big difference between programming and configuring. Okay, what do you mean by programming? All these Python, Java, all these things are all called programming because you need to do a programming. You need to have a database, MySQL or Oracle, right? And you do a programming kind of thing. Now, in platform like Salesforce or any product, you will already have a platform, right? And you have to use that platform. You have to purchase the license from Salesforce. Okay, I need Sales Cloud, and then you purchase the PD1, and then you develop it. That's it for the specific requirement. Now, that is why this PD1 is important for you to entry as a developer. Okay, developer role. And this admin is also required because anybody who is joining the company has to know both these things. Okay. Now, coming back to this is the fundamental reason why these two things are extremely popular and job oriented. Okay, the details of what we are going to talk about developer as well as admin, it is already there in the website. But just to give you a snapshot, this is the high level fundamental flow which we normally internally follow when we actually you join the process, right? When you join the course. For instance, in admin, what you talk about admin, you will talk about we talk about the introduction of CRM. See, some of the other centers, if you see, let's say I'm giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seven modules, right? Or yeah, 7 modules. 7 modules in admin. Probably if you ask some center, they will have 30 modules. Can any of you tell me how it's possible? For the same admin course, I'm just saying 12, but they will be giving you 30 or 20 modules. Thing is, how it's possible? Because is it something different?
Maybe they are repeating the same thing again and again. So you have taken only the important ones which is required.
It's not like that. See, basically what they will do is you have self introduction and right. They will have something called user setup as a separate topic. Right. So you can, a subtopic can also be divided into n number of topics. Okay, and show that there is n number of subjects they are giving. My point of view is, or in our belief is, it's not about how much of 12 chapters or 40 chapters you are talking about. Are we covering the content for you to clear the certification at the same time, work in a company as a natural person who knows the concept? So this is the flow which is recommended by Salesforce to complete the certification. Okay, if you go and see the Salesforce certification, it will be the case because I'm actually certified person in Sales Cloud, Sales Service, Sales Cloud, as well as PD1, as well as admin. Okay, I'm already certified, so I know the flow of it. So this is the flow. Okay, you need to understand the introduction part of it, where you need to understand the currency management, organization setup, how the field setup, security model. Okay, what is the data? How is data model is done? Sales and marketing, reports and dashboard, business process automation, and what is the roll-up summary validation tools. So this is how it is, right? And then normally once admin is over, people talk about development one. So development, again, you have it in the website very clearly, but just as a fundamental point of view to see is basically you have talked about data management and modeling from the developer standpoint. Okay, data modeling is same subject. For instance, here also you have data modeling, here also you have database management. But admin database modeling will be slightly different from developer database management and modeling. Okay, there we will have in-depth, little bit depth on the entity relationship, how the custom relationship, what is 1 is to M, what is M is to M, right? What is all those relationship between the entities, custom entities, what is standard object, what is custom object, what is user same, you can see user interface and user interface here. But the level of difference here, we will talk about lightning component. Okay, we will talk about lightning component and other things, how the UI is built. Right, and then you have logic and process automation from developer standpoint, and then debug and deployment tools. So this is how it is. So these two things will be there, and there is one more thing which we normally have it as app builder, but it is little bit addition of further things. But these two things are the primary two things. Okay, and we will go back to the screen. So we talk about these two things. Okay, and these primary things that highlighted were admin and PD1. Okay, and certification is really important. I recommend you to complete the certification as soon as you complete in Salesforce also. We will try to give you, if possible, a dump also, but I don't commit or confirm you that whatever the dump question said definitely will come. 90% will come. Sometimes it will not come. So admin and PD1 clearing the certification, I don't see there's a challenge. But this project after this course, which we will guide you, or there are some, for instance, we will try to give you a recruitment app, how to build a recruitment app, and all those things. But after the course, right, there will be a clear-cut guidance in terms of project guidance. But we will tell you, let's say, what we will do in project guidance, right? You will be given, let's say, I'm talking about recruiting app. You build a recruiting app, which comprises of all these concepts, whatever you have done. Okay, so we will fundamentally give you what is the recruitment app, what is the entity relationship diagram should do, what is the relationship between account and contact, right? How account should contact and look like, what is leads, what you should do with leads entity, what you should do with the opportunity, Okay, and how many custom objects you should be build. Okay, for a recruiting app, you can build one custom object called job applicant. Right? We will recommend those kinds of things, and you need to build on it. Okay, this is how it is. So this project guidance is very much recommended people who don't have any Salesforce background, because you need to have this in your resume to get a job. Okay, and any kind of app, it's not about recruiting app. There are a number of ways you can use Salesforce to build it. But we will tell you what, we will also suggest if you have anything, you can suggest. And but then the way of development, you have to use this logic and develop it. But course-wise, I would say admin and PD1 is the fundamental thing, and that is more than enough for a entry level and this thing. Probably for Zishan, I think being a senior person, you can take up this sales cloud element on after these two. But that will be a separate stream altogether, because that is actually comes under functional track. Okay, that comes under functional track. But most of the things you have to have these two, which is you cannot avoid this, or I will say without this nothing can move. This is a prerequisite for most all the other rest of the certification. Okay, so all these are all certification. Admin is one certification, PD1 certification, Sales Cloud certification, Service Cloud certification. All of them are certification, and there are around 30. If you are completing around 10 certification, let's say 8 certifications, and if you are completing this course, or even I would say two is more than enough. You don't need three, these two. And if you are aware of all these concepts and you are done with one project on your own, okay. When I mean this project, I would say on your own. There is no point in me building your application, because you will not be able to clear the interview. So you create an application, a project, a very, very simple application. Project means a very simple project, very, very easy to understand project. You build it on your own based on the suggestions or the thoughts which you thought. I would definitely say with these two certification on hand, it's easy to crack any interview. What type of interview questions will come normally in Salesforce for these two? We will be giving you. Okay. But most of the big people, big guys, when I say big guys, big companies, they will little bit put detail by giving scenario-based interviews. It's very rarely. Let's say you are going for a product-based company like Amazon, right? There's a possibility of giving you a scenario, but smaller companies probably like service-based companies. I would not say smaller companies. I would say service-based companies, like Wipro, or TCS, HCL, those all company. Probably you can do with this stuff with just a project guidance and two certifications and to curriculum. And basically, interview questions will be little bit lighter, almost same. Okay, so this is how from the interview point of view. So okay, so now we can also guide you in telling you what are all the types of interview questions will come and how you should be able to answer it. Maybe 3 or 4 interviews after that, you yourself will be able to understand. But initially, for at least 1 or 2 interviews to face it to get the confidence, we will tell you this is how it will go. Once you're done with 2 or 3 interviews, probably 4th interview will be okay. But how to we can guide you in or review your resume. We can give feedback on your resume also, but you have to build a storyline. I would say build a storyline for you to sell it. Okay, based on your past experience, you should have a storyline in your resume to sell that in a convincing way based on the project you have done. And we can review the resume, and we can tell you also, for instance, if you are attending an online interview, if you are recording that interview, you can share it to us. We will give you the feedback. At least for 2-3 interviews, we can tell you where you went wrong, etc., so that you can crack it up. So this is the overall package we will give. Okay, it's almost, I think we are down to 20 minutes. So I have done any questions now. Next 10 minutes, we can then wrap it up. So my recommendation is these two things. Okay, probably we will also talk about app builder, which is a very slightly touched up things where we talk about mobile app, etc. Little bit of knowledge is enough. Little bit touch, and we talk it about these two. Little bit of app builder also we will touch upon. Normally, all these things are all separate. Okay, for instance, some people they only take PD1 and they complete the certificate. Some people they take all the three. But my thing is, you will get a holistic when you do all these. This two things are highly must. Okay, I think for Hemamali, I think these two things are must. And for Zishan, I would recommend admin PD1 and sales.
Okay.
Okay.
Madhu, generally, first two things and this together, how long will it take for us to actually properly complete this?
For you to actually.
How long will it take for us to complete this three?
Actually speaking, it depends on your support, but I would we cannot judge, right? So we can call it out. Let's say in a week. If we're calling about, let's say 6 hours, probably 6 hours. Or you can say 5 years. So it's also you need to work on. I'm talking about teaching,
Okay.
and then you work for 5 years of practicals. Okay, because every session will have some lab which you need to do. Okay, so a small lab, for instance, user setup, if I'm doing it, or let's say user setup, you don't need a lab. It's a very straightforward thing. Let's say I'm talking about formula fields, okay, or validation. Okay, when I'm talking about validation or something, probably you need to do something on that validation for a lab, right? So every 5 years, we cannot, I can complete it in 10 hours also, if you ask me. But for you, both of you, I think fast track will not work out for you because both of you are non-IT, right? So it will take little bit time. I would say 5 hours per week is the normal thing which will happen. So where you have to learn at least 5 hours, and then probably you can say around 20 hours. I'll go in if your guys are really catching up well for admin, and probably another 20 hours for dev. You're really catching up well. So roughly around
Per week, you're saying a total
2 3
20 hours,
months.
Madhu?
Per week around 5 hours.
No, this admin 20 hours that you're saying,
Yeah,
is it the total 20 hours for admin course? Or
20 hours we can complete. Yeah, 20 hours we can complete.
okay, okay.
20 hours teaching will be done. Okay. I normally people will say we are going to talk to 120 hours. Okay, but practically when you really join the course, it will not be the case. I can also say I will talk to 140 hours or 160 hours, but there is no need of talking all those things. Practically, uh, let's say you take your formula field, right? Take one field, formula field or validation. What are all the validation you will get? You will validate, okay, let's say in phone number, for example, phone number, you should be allowed to enter only numbers, right? This is a validation. So similar to that, there will be certain types of formula field you need to apply, right? So that is how it will be. So talking or teaching the concepts crystal clear is extremely important, okay? Because that is going to be applicable forever in most of the cases, whether it is PD1 or PD2 or app builder or developer or admin. This formula topic or data model will be there for everywhere for throughout Salesforce. Now, how you get these concepts, how you are going to apply, it's going to change. So maximum, I would say in your range, since you are actually in non-IT, probably it might go up to 30. That is my feeling. Because non-IT can be little bit taking because you will not even know what is variable What is the use of data type? What is data type? Are you guys aware of what is data type?
Different types of data. How it will be. I'm not sure the names. I understand what logic is.
Right, right. Okay. What about Hemamani? Hemamani already got frightened about seeing this, I think. Okay, she's not there actually. Oh,
Just
God.
now, just now it got disconnected.
Okay, let her join.
So I just want to check, Madhun, this we are saying SaaS in this as a topic, no? So is it
Hmm.
companies like Zoho, Freshworks? Is it like Salesforce? Salesforce is like
Yes,
Zoho,
yes,
Freshworks,
yes,
separate
yes,
one.
yes, 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 yes. They are all
Okay, Zoho.
competitors.
Oh, they are competitors. So Zoho is building their own app. I
So,
mean, the same way,
fresh, they are all CRM products.
CRM products. Okay, okay. Freshwork is there in the industry for a long time, and Zoho also. I mean,
Zoho
Zoho
is
and Salesforce. Sorry,
Freshworks guy
Salesforce and
actually
Zoho.
came from Zoho.
Correct, correct, correct.
Yeah, this guy was working in product department
Okay,
in
okay,
Zoho,
okay.
and he moved and he started his own company called Freshworks in 2011.
Something about
No,
11. Yeah,
sorry,
Salesforce is before that itself, no? Salesforce and Zoho
no,
is
that
supposed to
is
be
like
together.
1999.
Okay, okay,
But it was market-wise, it picked up 2000, I would say 2010.
okay. So, which company currently is bigger in terms of business, CRM, and all? Is it Zoho or is it Salesforce?
No, obviously Salesforce.
Obviously, Salesforce. Zoho and Freshworks are trying to capture slowly one by one.
Yeah, yeah, correct. They are Indian companies, but they are very good, very aggressively moving. But see, Salesforce is you cannot match. Okay, it is like Amazon, I would say. Right, it is like biggest fish, actually. Big fish, very very big fish.
Okay. Mhm.
So that's what if you see here, you can just know I have listed only 25% of the list. Sales cloud, service cloud. Using Commerce Cloud, you build application like Amazon. Okay.
Mhm.
Using field service, using Service Cloud, you can build a service apps for a Airtel service team. You can marketing cloud, you can develop leads, generate leads, and you can take care of your growth of your company. You using health, you can run a company like Apollo. Okay, you have something called manufacturing cloud. It takes care of manufacturing. You have n number of so these guys are not growing horizontally. They are going on industry level. They are going focusing on industry level products. Okay, they are focusing on horizontal level. Let's say, for instance, sales is actually horizontal. So they have sales. Service is actually a horizontal. Every company will have. They have a cloud. Marketing is actually vertical. Industry, they have a cloud. So whether it is horizontal or vertical doesn't matter. They have a cloud.
Okay, okay. So a lot of
So
my friends are working in Freshworks actually. So all those people are always talk about SaaS experience and all that. So this totally will be depending on SaaS. We will be learning more
yeah,
about
yeah,
SaaS, how to build
yeah,
products.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, concept is same. For if you ask me, that's why on that day you said you completed product owner and this also. Tomorrow, if I learn Freshworks product, I actually for me it will take probably 5 hours,
Okay.
right? Because it's the same concept, right?
Concept will be the CRM. All
Yeah, yeah.
basic
All
things will be
CRM.
same.
I will only see how they have done. Okay,
Okay.
how many standard objects are there? Okay, they are having this much of standard objects. Okay, then fine. They don't have lead. A lead is there in Salesforce. They don't have it. Okay, let me create a lead as a custom product. Okay, fine. That's all. So as simple as that, actually.
Because I see a lot of opportunities and aggressively growing this Freshworks and Zoho. Salesforce, I'm hearing just last few months or years, okay, but this is more bigger compared to what
No,
this two.
it's extremely bigger. For instance, you take all these companies, Accenture, uh, Deloitte, TCS,
Even
Infosys,
TCS is having Salesforce only, is it?
everybody, HCL, to name a company, they will have this company.
Okay.
Any company, whether it is product or service, these are all product, these are all service. I will put it like this. These are all service companies. You take the product, okay, like Red Bus or let's say one telecom company. What is that? I forgot the telecom company. So there are many telecom companies who are having Salesforce implementation. It is a huge. Okay, you don't need to worry about will I get a job and all. If you're really master, you will fit somewhere.
Okay. So
Okay, so that is
after completing this kind of certification, what you're referring PD1, no, Madhavan. So what
Hmm.
kind of generally designations we get? If we get as a Salesforce admin, I mean job, a developer. It will be like a developer or like what?
That's what you'll be if you're completing PD1, obviously developer role only.
Or developer role.
Yeah,
Okay.
completing
Uh-huh.
developer. That is why I recommended for you PD1 admin plus sales cloud
Plus, but
because
yeah,
you
I
should
want to
not
get
join
into
as
product.
a
Yeah.
yeah you should be getting into as a functional guy, not as a developer because you're already senior guy, right?
Mhm.
So for a proper developer, actually, along with this, okay, along with if you ask me, along with admin and PD1, if you want to be a really a star performer in Salesforce, you should complete Java full stack or front-end Java, front-end Java. If you complete these three packages, I'm sure even if you are a 2 years experience guy, you can reach 20 lakhs. Okay.
Salary will be high, is what you're saying, or like
Yeah, yeah.
job
It's
opportunity.
very high, very high, very high. You
So
know,
people will
we
tend to
these
choose
two
this, right?
which one?
Admin, PW certification, and Java, because Java you said will not be that difficult front end this one. And after completing Java, maybe people will choose admin and PW one. No?
No, they will not know the Java people will not know that these two things, if you complete, these are all actually interrelated. People
Okay.
still sell out saying that Salesforce is actually a no code tool, right? Yes, of course, it's a no code tool. But for you to be a star performer and get this 20, 50 LPA, you have to code somewhere. And that coding is done through Java, front-end Java, right? So Java is continuing. So if you guys, if you carry in your profile, I know this too, and I also know front-end Java, which is actually uh, in Salesforce they call it as lightning component. Okay, this lightning component or Apex coding, all these things are all built through Java. Okay, so that is how it is. So if for the entry level, they should complete two, and they should try to get the job. When they are trying to get the job, they should also do JavaScript course. That's it.
In my own company in Citibank, there are hell a lot of openings for Java related. Java daily I see there are a lot of openings for Java, Java developer, uh, all related to this. Only there's too much of openings always.
Yeah, yeah, but for you, it is for a developer, it is okay. For
Mhm.
senior people like a functional role, when you are for you, I think I recommend functional track.
Correct.
For you, you have to take this path.
True. Mhm.
You have to complete these three and try it. Definitely, you'll be getting placed somewhere. After you create a storyline, which I told here, right?
Mhm.
This one.
Okay.
That you have, if you do it properly, I'm sure any of these boxes you will place.
Okay.
Okay.
When you say storyline, no, Madhvan, so I can say that I was into different. See, I was into sales for almost 8 years. So I have done credit cards, banking sales. I have done different type of sales which is related to internet. Everything I've done for outbound sales related ones. Okay, so I've handled different geographies also. So I have
Mhm.
to, when I develop a project or do a project, I'll have to tell them a storyline that I have worked in different geographies in different type of companies related to all the sales. From there, I have got an idea of
Yes,
doing this project. That's how I have
correct,
to show it.
correct. Basically, you have to build a storyline that you have done a functional role. You have done a functional role. You have played a business analyst role, and that is why I recommend product owner also.
Okay, okay.
Product owner and
Mhm.
agile actually comes to the next level of user story.
Mm, 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 mm.
Okay, in business analyst, what you will do, you create user stories.
Correct, correct.
Okay, so that is the next level, which is actually if you are these three things are first thing, and then you actually have to commit product owner or scrum master. That will be like 360-degree in your profile.
Okay,
Pakka.
I get it. I get it. Okay, Madhvan.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So November 5th we are targeting because I'm just recording this session so that for a demo we can share it up for anybody, and we're targeting class batch 4 on the 5th. Okay. So take a decision as quickly as possible and confirm back.
sure, sure, Madhvan. I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Madhvan.
Yeah.